Oh, my goodness. Now, one of my favorite movies of all time, of course, is this is Spinal Tap. Back in 82, 83, whatever it was, came out. The fictitious band Spinal Tap, heavy metal band. Rob Reiner directed it. It was written by all the members of Spinal Tap and Rob. And they think it's time for a sequel.
Oh.
I've read a lot of Rob Reiner's posts on Twitter. I don't see as how Rob Reiner has any sense of humor left to write a comedy movie. Maybe it's a dramedy. Maybe it'll be a dramedy without that muddy part.
Why would they do that? I mean,
I know,
money, I guess, but what?
The story actually sounded kind of funny. The premise of it sounded funny. But again, I would hope that Christopher Guest and Michael, what's his name? The other one? The Spinal Tap guys would be doing most of the writing.
Right.
Christopher Guest is so good with all those.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Kind of parody movies. The gist of the story is kind of funny. Ian Faith, who was their manager, he died, and his estate went over to one of his relatives, this woman, and she's going through everything years later now. This is, 2022, whatever it is decades later, and she sees that Spinal Tap owed Ian one more show in the contract. So she holds them to that. They hate each other at this point, but now they have to get back together and do this one show. Funny premise for Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good little thing. It'll involve them with conflict and you get to see them again and everything. But I just don't have any faith. That in this PC bullshit
that's
we're going through, that it could be made funny, especially with the likes of Rob Reiner at the helm. So
it's risky, and it was so it's close to a perfect movie. It's just such a beautiful, why
so fucking good. It was embraced by bands all over the world as, oh my God, that's the most realistic depiction of a band I've ever seen.
So much good stuff.
So while I am fearful of Rob Reiner getting his mitts in there and maybe screwing with the legacy, the premise sounds funny, and I would like to see a much older version of them trying to eke out one more heavy metal bullshit show. Yeah, but you're right, all about execution. But who knows? It might be fun. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Rob Reiner's just an asshole on Twitter. I don't know. Maybe when he's behind a camera, I can't believe that, but who knows?
Yeah, and maybe it will have to do with his involvement and who has the final say, because you need Guest to be the lead and all those really funny guys. Yeah, and then Michael, what's his name?
McKeon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Michael McKeon.
What a career that guy had.
What a career. Lenny.
Unreal.
He'll always be Lenny. He did have a great career.
Unbelievable. What's that show I'm thinking? There was the big...
Yeah, there was a big...
Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Unbelievable. So good.
I was watching a movie last night, and the guy from remember that show Emergency?
Vaguely.
It was like Randolph Mantooth and some other guy, the blonde-haired guy. And you never heard of anyone else from the show Emergency, but that guy went on to do a lot of fucking movies. The blonde-haired guy. Kevin Ty? Is it Kevin Ty?
What happened to Squiggy?
He died.
No.
He did. He had something, I think he had like Parkinson's or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
What show?
Emergency in the 70s with Randolph Mantooth. His name was Randolph Mantooth.
It's amazing.
Kevin Ty, Tighe.
Yes, Kevin Ty. And he was like just one. It was might as well have been Reed and Malloy from Adam 12. They were these partners on a 70s fire department show. Just like a doctor show or a cop show or anything else. Yeah. And the guy on the left ended up doing a shitload of stuff. And I saw him last night in a movie from the early 90s, Geronimo. Matt Damon in it and a few other. It wasn't too bad, but he was in it. And I'm like, God, that guy made a lot of movies. Randolph Mantooth, not so much. That was the show where it would be like, Engine 51, Squad 51. Respond to Bubba. And then they would call the hospital, and the hospital would go, oh, start him on an IV of ringers. I don't know. That's all I know. It's my medical knowledge.
It is interesting. Isn't it interesting how, like, who catches fire and who has amazing careers, who just like flames, goes down in flames. I watch The Karate Kid with my kids. You know that show?
Yeah.
And I just watch that and I can't even enjoy it because I think about it as an actor myself and things that you've never seen. I just can't stop thinking about, can you imagine being in like a movie back in the day, and maybe not a lot happens, and then they call you how many years later and go, I got like some really good news.
Yeah.
And then
I can believe this.
And then it's like it's really good.